Welcome back to Taizer Talks Sports, dropping new episodes every day and sometimes multiple per day to keep you ahead of the sports world. I'm your host, Taizer Kelmel, and today is December 8th. Here's what I have in store for you. Today, I'm joined by Gabe Trevino. Say what's up.
What's up?
All right, and we're going to be talking about tonight's game. Then we have an argument about who's better between Caleb Williams and Jalen Hurts.
Can't wait for that.
Yup, that's going to be fun. All right, Philly Chargers. I got to give it to the Eagles. And obviously, you're going to give it to the Eagles.
I'm actually not.
You're not?
I'm not. Here are my thoughts on this game. First of all, Jalen Carter had shoulder surgery last week.
Okay.
That is a huge loss in the interior. Could have been one of the reasons why the Bears ran all over the Eagles was that he was hurt. Jalen Phillips, our other edge rusher, well, not other edge rusher, just an edge rusher. He has a concussion. It looks like he's going to play, but, who knows if he's 100%. And then, of course, the elephant in the room is the offense. The offense is absolutely horrible, and they're playing arguably a top 5 defense in the NFL this year in the Chargers. Taizer, I'm saying 34-3 Chargers.
Whoa. Okay, what?
Yep, you heard me right. 34-3.
That's insane. I'm gonna say run back the 28-21 Eagles.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. It's also in LA. It's cross country. Good.
Yeah.
The only good news about this game is that Justin Herbert seems to have a hand issue. But I don't think without Jalen Carter, I don't think the Eagles are going to get enough pressure to hit him enough. I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to have my jersey on. I'm going to cheer for my team. I'm loyal, but the Eagles are going to get destroyed tonight.
Omarion Hampton he's questionable. Did anyone say he's actually going to play, though? I think
no, it looks like he will.
It looks like he will, but at this point, I don't know. Same with Justin Herbert. He's questionable on the hand. He'll probably play, but who knows?
I think a loss here for the Chargers impacts them more than a loss for the Eagles, purely because of the Cowboys. They're still a threat to the Eagles, but not as big of a threat as the Broncos winning the division. The Chiefs are kind of still there with the Chargers. So I think Omarion Hampton and Justin Herbert will play tonight.
Again, you guys
give me a long game.
Mm-hmm. You guys have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, who are both elite level receivers. Plus Saquon Barkley, he's not as good as last year, but he's there.
You know what, Taizer? It doesn't matter when you have an incompetent offensive coordinator like Kevin Patullo. Saquon has 700 rushing yards this year, maybe 700. It's bad. It's really terrible, and it's sad to see because Kellen Moore last year, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, everything was working. Saquon had the most rushing yards in a single season, including the playoffs. And then Devontae Smith had a great season. A.J. Brown had over 1,000. I think both Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown had over 1,000 yards receiving. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. They just cannot seem to get any of the passing game, running game. Can't get anything going on offense. It's embarrassing to say the least.
All right. I think it's time. Is it time? You think it's time?
I think it might be time.
I think it might be time. All right, so obviously you think it's Jalen Hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously I think it's Caleb Williams. Why? With Jalen Hurts, he's been here for longer, and he has shown proof that he's very good. And Caleb Williams, not so much, but the potential is there, and I think right now, Caleb Williams might just be better.
Okay, well, I've got a few things to say. Number one, Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl MVP. I know he's been in the league for about 4 to 5 years longer than Caleb Williams, but
Yeah.
you still have to take that into account. 2, Jalen Hurts has had a different offensive play caller every single year since his freshman year in college. Every single one. Not one year, or not one set of back-to-back years did he have the same play caller. In college, freshman at Alabama, I believe he had Brian Daboll. It changed to Lincoln Riley or whoever it was at Alabama. And then it went to Nick Saban for a year. Then he went to OU, and he had a different play caller. He had Nick Sirianni in his first year, Shane Steichen. My point is, he's had to adapt to a different offense every single year. That's a hard thing to do, and everybody complains about Caleb having Matt Eberflus, bad play caller, defensive-minded head coach. Well, Jalen's had how many different play callers? I believe he's had 9 different play callers. So that's 2. And 3, Jalen Hurts is the sole reason why the Eagles are afloat right now. Jalen does not throw picks. He does not fumble, and he had a few turnovers, and he had a fumble against the Bears. But that's not Jalen. That's not normal for him. He just does not turn the ball over. He's the sole reason why the Eagles are 8-4 and not 4-8 right now.
Yeah. He had, I mean, I guess we both have a great defense and an elite O-line. We both have, I think, top 3. Well, in the Super Bowl run, your O-line has taken a beating. But in your guys' Super Bowl run, you had a top 3 O-line, and right now, we stood our ground to the Packers pretty well, 28-21. And if I look back at that play, I think that was the only possible, that 4th and 1, I think that was the only possible thing. You might have been able to have DJ Moore, that's the big argument. But you're rolling out to your left, you kind of have to backhand it a little bit almost, and that's, I don't even know why I'm talking about that specific play. But both guys have a great team. Caleb is elite. Hurts is efficient. That's the difference.
Okay, well, first of all, Caleb he hasn't been getting carried this season, but the run game has been a huge, huge piece to his success, and that's credit to Ben Johnson for bringing in an incredible O-line and finding, just a gem in Kyle Monangai in the 7th round out of Rutgers. And, of course, DeAndre Swift has had great production. And, the thing going into Caleb Williams' rookie season, and Murray Fernandez, one of my old co-hosts on Dogtown, Chalk Talking Dirt, told me, this Bears team is going to be dangerous. Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, at the time, Gerald Everett, a top 5 defense. And I believed it, and I shouldn't have believed them. So going into this year, I had the same mindset. The Bears looked stacked. The last year they looked stacked, and they went 5-12. So right now, I've made this point this whole year. I've been wrong about the Bears. I didn't think they were going to be good. They are good. I've been wrong about Ben Johnson. I didn't think he'd be a good head coach. He's been a great head coach. But I'm still right about Caleb. He has completion percentage issues. He has accuracy issues overall. And there's just not really any wow on the stats chart from Caleb Williams. He's throwing for 150, 160. Taizer, he had a 300-yard game all season?
Yeah. But you're saying Jalen Hurts is a better QB and arm talent? Is this?
No, but he's much closer than you think.
Look at the yards, though. 2,900 Caleb Williams and 2,500 Jalen Hurts. He's got him by 400.
Remember what our old friend Charles Barkley used to say, stats don't tell the whole story.
That's fair.
That's fair. The whole story. We have to watch these games, and trust me, in my house, we have the Bears game on every Sunday. We have the Eagles game on every Sunday. And I believe Caleb Williams as a pure passer is better than Jalen Hurts. As a quarterback, no, because Jalen Hurts is a dual threat. He can run better than everyone in the league except for Josh Allen and maybe Lamar Jackson, who's been injured this year. And Jalen Hurts throws a really, really underrated deep ball. I would argue maybe just as good as Caleb. However, the intermediate stuff and the short stuff, I would say Caleb is better at.
Okay. And yeah, like you said, the deep ball. They both have a great deep ball. And we've seen Caleb can chuck it 60 yards. Jalen Hurts can chuck it 60 yards. I say they are really even players. And I think as of last year, Jalen took it, obviously. But as of this year, I think Caleb takes it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I just need to I need to see more consistent play from Caleb. Jalen is consistently the same player. He's consistently throwing for 200, and it's not a lot, but he's throwing for 190, 200 yards, rushing for 30 or 40, throwing a touchdown, maybe rushing for 1 or 2, and no turnovers. And Caleb does the same thing. He's great about no turnovers. He's not picks at all.
Well, you cut out what you say there in the last 5 seconds. Hello?
He does not turn over the ball. He does not throw any picks. He does not fumble the ball at all. And Jalen does the same thing. But the thing is with Caleb, we see just too many ups and downs. We see him, and first I think it was the Bengals. It's an incredible game. The Bengals is historically bad, like one of the worst ever.
Uh-huh.
So I think any quarterback good game against that defense. But point is, Caleb can be really good in some games, and he looks really good. But then he dips back into the 130, 140 passing range. And then against the Eagles last week, I think he had 110 passing yards, if even. And it's just really inconsistent play. I have to 3 or 4 games in a row where Caleb has over 200 or 220 with a passing touchdown or 2. 3 or 4 in a row. I'll give him credit. I've seen Jalen Hurts do that. I've seen Jalen Hurts do that in the playoffs. That's actually what I'm more interested in.
Okay.
Go into the playoffs and see what he can do.
You keep cutting out. What'd you say in the last 10 seconds?
I'm interested to see what Caleb Williams does in the playoffs because barring a Bears moment, they will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what Caleb does under pressure when maybe he's forced to throw the ball. He's forced to win the game. I believe Ben Johnson can create a great game plan for that, but it's up to Caleb to execute it.
Yep. I see your thing with, to be honest, I didn't hear much you said because you cut out by 4 times. But I see your thing with completion percentage. He's not even throwing 60%. And they can both roll out. They can both throw on the run. And like I said earlier, they are really even players. But I think Hurts physically cannot match Caleb, even behind the same O-line. Caleb has
that's kind of a hot take. Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds, man. I mean, he's one of the strongest.
I might.
That's a pretty hot take. And by the way, I just want to say one thing on the tush push. It kind of off topic, but just about Jalen being really strong. And this is really aimed at the Packers, and you hate the Packers, so we can agree on this. Why are the Packers trying to ban tush push? Here, I'm going to make 2 arguments about the tush push, and this should end the argument. And this is against the ban, of course, as an Eagles fan. Number 1, do you see other teams run it? Yes.
No. Well, I mean,
Number 2,
sneaks.
Does it work? No. You see Josh Allen, he gets pushed from behind.
Yeah.
I've seen even old Joe Flacco, it happened in one game. But it doesn't work. So when usually the NFL and any sports league makes a rule change when all the teams or most of the teams are using it for a loophole in the rules. But it's one of 32 teams. One of 32 that is using the tush push. There is no reason whatsoever because whenever anybody else runs a tush push, it never works. At least it doesn't work like the Eagles. The Eagles have a 92% completion rate getting first downs on tush pushes. I don't see any other team anywhere near that, and it's because of Jalen Hurts It's because of the O-line. It's not – Josh Allen can't do it. He's a really strong quarterback, one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks ever, but he can't do it. So really off topic, but this push-push argument that it should be banned is just horrible. It's a horrible argument.
Okay, both of our teams have a loaded roster. Can we agree on that?
Yes. I would say the Eagles are more loaded, but the Bears do have talent.
Yeah. Caleb, I just said, I think he has the stronger arm. I think Caleb can sling that ball 10 yards, 20 yards farther than Jalen Hurts on max power.
I would agree with that, but again, this doesn't prove that Caleb Williams is a better quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why I have a few more points.
Talent-wise, I believe Caleb Williams, and I didn't really believe it coming out of the draft. I didn't see it, but he is one of the most talented, just physically gifted quarterbacks we've seen. He just looks so smooth when he throws the ball. But the thing is, that's not all a quarterback should be graded on.
Yeah, that's why I have a few more
Jalen
points.
Hurts has made 2 Super Bowls. He's won a Super Bowl. He's had far more success in the playoffs. He's also just won more games, again, with 9 different play callers. It's just not the only thing that you have to take into account, and the other things outweigh what Caleb does well. I have Jalen Hurts as a better quarterback.
From what I've seen, Caleb has better improvisation skills. He doesn't take sacks. Jalen Hurts, he doesn't take as many sacks, but he takes more sacks. But Caleb, he does not take sacks. What did he have? 1 sack yesterday? Better improvisation. He rolls out and he makes plays with his legs. He can throw the ball on the run. So can Jalen. And Jalen can also make the plays with the legs. But I feel like Caleb is just doing that at a higher level.
Well, here's the thing. Caleb had to run for his life his rookie year.
Yes.
And what was it, third most sacks ever in a season or something crazy like that?
Some really, really high number.
Yeah, he really does. I think I saw a stat yesterday on the Fox broadcast, Packers-Bears. He has 33 escapes from QB pressures, and I think all other quarterbacks have 15 or something like that, which is an incredible stat. And again, I think that is a great stat for Caleb Williams, but it just doesn't tell the whole story. It's just that simple for me. Caleb does a lot of things well. Jalen does a lot of things well. Jalen does a lot of things bad. Caleb does a lot of things bad. But I think the goods about Jalen Hurts outweigh the goods of Caleb. Again, you can't just take 1 stat or 2 stats into account and then say, this is why this quarterback is better. You got to round everything up, take everything into account. And when I take everything into account, I've got Jalen as a better quarterback. I think we just disagree here.
Okay. Yeah, it is super even between these two players. Only 400 yards separate them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Jalen plays today. Last year, it was undoubtedly Jalen Hurts. But this year, it's a really good conversation. And Jalen has over 60% completion. Caleb has less. QBR is about the same. Jalen Hurts has a little bit higher QBR, but it's pretty much the same. And, I don't even know if we
I have to say, QBR is one of the... QBR is a really stupid stat. We see in passer rating as well. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback at QBR and quarterback rating and passer rating. And look at him. I say he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He could be in some people's books top 5, but again, he only has 1 Super Bowl. He's not the greatest player of all time or one of the greatest players of all time because of his QBR or his passer rating. This has proven my point that one or two stats they'd never tell the whole story. And that's what our boy Charles Barkley used to say. Like, stats don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, like you said, QBR is not a good stat. I don't like QBR. It is a dumb stat to use, and I don't like passer rating either. It is a dumb stat to use when you're trying to compare players, compare quarterbacks like what we are doing. But with that being said, I don't really know you think Jalen Hurts is better. I think Caleb Williams is better. I heard a lot of good things coming from you. I don't really know if we found something, came to a final verdict of who's better, and I kind of got to wrap up this show. So, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming out. But, yeah.
Absolutely. Can we agree that Jalen's a better quarterback?
I don't think we can. I think we might have to do me and Ty a duel show versus you and me, Ty, and me, Ray. A triple show versus you.
Oh.
That one could be fun.
A 3v1.
A 3v1. You got it.
Yeah, and by the way, one more thing to leave you with. I'm not doubting the Bears at all. That game yesterday really proved something to me that this team can hang with the best, because I think Green Bay is a really good team now. Mm-hmm. And from here on out, at least for the rest of this season, I'm not going to say the Eagles are better than the Bears, because the Eagles suck. Okay, and again, last thing, the Eagles are losing 34-3 tonight. I'm calling it. It's going to be a blowout. Just wait.
We'll see. I think that maybe the Chargers can pull out a dub, but I think the Eagles are going to take it just because, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, 2 elite receivers, and Jalen Hurts, an elite quarterback. Not better than Caleb Williams, though. Right. All right. Thanks for being on. That's it for today's show. Thanks for hanging out on Taizer Talks Sports. We're back every day, so keep it locked. I'm Taizer Kelmel. Catch you in the next one.